Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today, Mrs. Mary is going to read Sea Stars in the Tide Pool. This story is by Joanne Anderson. I can tell right away that it is a nonfiction book because it has photographs and look at that beautiful table of contents. Ancient echinoderms. Echinoderms. Tricky word. Sea stars are echinoderms. Echinoderms are a group of animals with tube feet and no backbone. They are only found in oceans. Echinoderms are some of the most common animals on Earth. There are 6 classes or groups of echinoderms. Sea stars belong to a class called Astrodea. This means star-shaped. Sea stars are sometimes called starfish. While many do look like stars, starfish aren't actually fish. Sea creature feature. Other echinoderms include sea urchins, brittle stars, sea lilies, and sea cucumbers. Now I'm going to see up here is going to be a caption. This orange bat star is an echinoderm. So are the purple sea urchins next to it. These colorful sea creatures live near the Channel Islands off the coast of California. So you can see this is nonfiction because it has text features. So it's got different parts of the book that explain to us. Now here I'm going to look again. Now I've got a subtitle. Sea star bodies. Sea stars may have between 5 and 40 arms. Their arms, which are called rays, grow around a central disc in the middle of their bodies. So there's a picture. A hard shell-like skin gives them shape. On the bottom of their rays, sea stars have hundreds of tiny tube feet. On the tip of the sea star's rays are small spots called eye spots. Eye spots can't see, but they do let sea stars sense light and dark. Sea stars can also sense smells using special parts of their skin. Here's another text feature. It says sea creature feature. Sea stars move using water power. Water enters through openings in a sea star's central disk and flows through its body. The water is then pushed out its tube feet, which makes the sea star move. Here's a caption. This animal is called a 9-armed sea star. 9-armed sea stars may grow to be 11.8 to 15.7 inches wide. And then down below is those tube feet. So many sea stars. There are about 1,800 species of sea stars living in Earth's oceans. They come in many shapes and sizes. They come in many sizes and colors. Catalyst sea stars are some of the heaviest. They can weigh up to 13 pounds. These white and pink sea stars live in the Pacific Ocean near the Philippines, Indonesia, and Australia's Great Barrier Reef. The smallest sea stars are paddle-spined stars. They are smaller than a child's fingernail. They're found along the coast of Australia. They live in seaweed, so they aren't carried away by the waves. So here's another caption. Sea stars are sometimes given names based on what they look like. This is a chocolate chip sea star. It looks like it's covered by chocolate chips. This one is called a sunflower sea star. Here's another sea creature feature. Sunflower sea stars come in many colors, including red, brown, orange, yellow, and purple. They grow to look like sunflowers. Underwater habitats. Sea stars are found around the world, from the icy waters of the Arctic Ocean to the warmer waters of the southern Pacific. Each species has its own special habitat. Some float quietly through the water, while others stay on the sandy ocean floors. Sea stars are also found in tide pools. Tide pools are pools of water that form along rocky shores when the tide recedes. They stay wet when the water is very low. Sea stars hide under seaweed and rocks. Here's a caption. Living in a tide pool isn't easy. Conditions are always changing as tides come and go. The animals that live in tide pools, such as sea stars, have adapted to deal with the changes in their environment. That means they've got to be tough. This is called a granulated sea star. Looks like a cookie. Here's another sea creature feature. Granulated sea stars live in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They're commonly found in the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Australia. The Great Barrier Reef is where, like, Nemo and Dory live. This is the next page. Miss Mary's going to read this page in my second part of the book. So if you want to hear the rest of the book, go to Sea Stars Part 2.